going on longer trips, and well, I just straight up also don't have the money to go to DreamHack Austin. So, I mean that's also a reason too. But yeah, mostly because as well I don't want to leave the stream alone for too long, and not stream and stuff like that because the stream's going really well right now. It's growing and getting better and bigger, and well, yeah, we're just having a fantastic time streaming. So don't want to ruin that by taking a trip to DreamHack Austin or something. All right. To the upper right hand side of the map is going to be our blue Zerg player from Psystorm Gaming. Let's hear it, guys, if you're cheering on True. And to the upper left hand side, it's going to be our red Zerg player from TCM. It is going to be Sulky. Hatchery first coming down for both players here in the early stages of the game. So Hatch first coming down for both. Drone going to move over and look to maybe take an extractor. Actually just has to go for a pool, then an extractor. So just going to be seeing that setting up here. Nothing really too crazy here from either. I mean, pretty much the same build, just slightly faster gas from True, who goes kind of Hatch gas pool instead of Hatch pool gas. So not really much difference. The Overlords have already spotted their opponents in the top side of the map, so they both know that. They both know, like, their opponents are in this sort of location, so the top left to the top right. And we're just going to see this Overlord coming in right now. And having a look around to see what's going on. So, Overlord just coming in from True, having a little bit of a peek. And, of course, the same from Sulky. And just going to see that this is Hatch first. Both of them going to know that this has been a fairly standard opening. We're probably going to see very shortly here, just going up into 3 hatcheries. And more Ling Bane on the way out, basically. So, yeah. Molding Bane going to be on the way out, and just going to be going into kind of free hatch, most likely, and attacking, unless we see a fast lair or so. This Overlord just going to be... see this Overlord just going to be moving out here from Sulky. I'm just going to be seeing drones just mining away on the natural expansion, so drones just mining away over here. We see a Roach one coming down very early, so this is interesting, especially in horizontal spawns, because early Roach pressure doesn't necessarily do very well in horizontal spawns. It's a very long, it's a very kind of, it's a big distance to kind of cross. So I'm gonna see these couple of Lings just gonna be looking to see what they can do. Banelet comes down from True. Sulky has got money for what, like 6 Roaches. He's making a lot more Lings as well. Third hatchery coming down for True. I mean, this is the kind of standard ZVZ I'd expect. Kind of the hatchery into Lings and Bane lanes and so on. Of course, from Sulky, though, he's making a lot of Lings. He's actually already stacked up a whole bunch of Lings. And he's got a Roach Roar finish, but he's actually just stacking up hiding Zerglings. Not making Roaches yet either. When is he going to make Roaches? Or is he going to make Roaches? He's not leaving any lava at all for his Roaches. So it's very, very interesting. Now he's starting to start making his Roaches, as he begins to move across the map with this wave of Zerglings. So maybe, I guess, wave of Zerglings to try and do damage initially, follow up with Roaches, and more reinforcing Zerglings as well. As we're going to see the Lings just pulling all the way over to the right-hand side of the map. Hatchery is going to be over here on the right-hand side as well. So Hatch just going to be maybe in a little bit of trouble. A couple of Lings going to lead the charge to try and take down a couple of Banelings initially. Good trade so far by True as he takes down. Well, he loses 4 Lings overall. He's killed off 2 Banelings. We're going to see him surround that hatchery. He'll need to peel off a couple of Lings once again. Ooh, nice connection there. Sulky not wasting any time at all. The second Baneling goes off on just 1 Zergling though. So not ideal, as we're going to see. True going to try and run by and try and get in towards the natural. Still good control. Only 1 Baneling left over as the first Roaches are starting to come across the map too. Sulky really looking to get something done with this. It's True. You know, looking for another well, bit of a backbane connection than some of the ones he's had so far. I mean, he's had a mixture of good bane connections and bad bane connections. His third base will fall. Not the end of the world, considering the situation. He sees no third from his opponent. As these Roaches are going to start coming in. If True can get surrounded and kind of attack these, that'd be brilliant. But it doesn't look as though it's happening just yet as he Lings run up to the high ground. And they're just going to be backing away here. True starts up a lair, still just making Zerglings and really not much else. As True just backs away a little bit and joins up over here for these Zerglings. And again, just a couple of Banes here too, as we see Lings trying to run by, and actually Sulky going to get in towards the natural, but Baneling waits for him. And I mean, right now, Sulky isn't really doing what he wants to do. And look at this counter-attack from True. Huge counter-attack. He's going to rely on these spine crawlers and so on at the front. And, well, he's just going to rely on his Zerglings to come in across the map and just do game-ending damage or just catch reinforcements. Either work. I mean, even just continue to run by, I think that works too. But, I mean, he is going to take some damage himself over here. He's got nothing to help him protect against these roaches. I mean, yes, the spine crawler helps, but it's still going to go down, right? He's going to see a queen and a roach or two blocking the ramp. So he's going to stop these drones. Zerglings getting up there right now. The natural going to go down for Sulky. But, I mean, Sulky can also kill True's natural. So True is in a very weird position as he's going to start cleaning out these extra roaches. Maybe would have killed, maybe killing these ones off earlier would have helped as well. This is going to be a very weird sort of base trade situation that we end up in eventually. And there's more Zerglings going to come out, and they're going to start wrapping around just a single drone, a single roach on its own at the front. As these drones are going to try and run away from Sulky. True continue to just kill so much though. True has a few more minerals left over as he pulls his drones away. He's still got 24 drones to the 7 as well. And a very weird sort of game is starting to go in favor of True, I think, because I think eventually True turns around, comes back with these lings. I think he just has so much compared to the amount of, compared to how much Sulky has. And Sulky knows it. GG's out. He knows he can't win this one. That's going to be going into game number 2 of this. There we go. So top left hand side, our blue Zerg player representing Psystorm Gaming up a game right now in this best of 3 losers bracket final. It is True. And to the bottom right hand side, we're going to see the red Zerg player. As True does go for a 13 gas. To the bottom right, our red Zerg player is from TCM. It is Sulky. He has yet to build anything just yet. 13 gas, 12 pool from True. Aggressive startup, as we just mentioned even. Just likes to do this on this map, and to be fair, can you blame him? Because this is one of these maps where it can be very hard to hold this sort of build. A lot of different ways that Zerglings can run across you. You're not necessarily going to see it until Bane's actually walking towards you. See how Sulky goes. He's going to look to open with a hatchery first, so immediately kind of not the best of openings. I mean, not unholdable for him. And obviously it means that he can take a bit of damage and have a, have a kind of an okay-ish follow-up still. But still, going to still be required for some very good control to hold, and maybe some micro mistakes from True as well even. Spawning pool starts for Sulky, now his gas as well. Pretty much the exact same as last time. And as that spawning pool starts at Zergling speed, going to keep workers in gas so he can get towards his Baneling nest here nice and quickly. I'm going to see a few more Zerglings just on the way up for True as well. Just setting up into a position now where he's going to be able to kind of just start moving them lings across the map, hide them a little bit, and just get ready to go in towards the morph in a few Banelings when his opponent doesn't see where the Zerglings are. So Queen on the way up so he can inject and get the next wave of Zerglings out behind us as well. And True looking for a very quick end to game number 2 of this game, and hopefully to this series for him, of course. Looking for that match against Keen in the grand final of the qualifier. Feelings just pulling over the left hand side. They are going to run into an overload though. Sulky is True hasn't just picked up on the right direction basically. And if he'd gone around the right hand side, Sulky would not have seen this. But he goes around the left, and so Sulky sees it now, stops a spine crawl immediately, and a Baneling nest of his own before his Zergling speed. Just going straight into his own Banelings to help defend this. True morphing in 4 Banes of his own and getting ready to go for this. Lings going to start coming across the map. Ling speed is going to be kicking in here very shortly. A few seconds away, and more Zerglings in production as well. True setting up ready to go into this. As we see, I mean, the problem for Sulky is he does have to make sure he doesn't run into, he does have to make sure he gets his own Banelings up, Has to make sure he finds a location to start doing that, as True takes a very good fight up here to begin with. And the Spineclaw does finish, gets one shot off onto a Baneling there. As we see, one Baneling off for one Ling, not ideal. As True going to come down into this base, and just going to be seeing what he can trade with. Another couple of Lings going down, but not a lot. The Queen will fall as well. A couple more Trues coming in, a couple more Lings coming in now for True. He's actually going to get another surround on this Queen on the high ground now. And we're going to see him picking off a couple of Zerglings with that as well. That Spinecrawler, not something we can necessarily get rid of here immediately, as that Baneling will be saved as well as it morphs on in. And True doesn't find a huge amount of damage just yet. Microing those Banelings around still as he comes and catches another couple of Zerglings. And it looks like the hatchery might be going down here very shortly now. Sulky is starting to get his own Banelings up though, so he might be able to make a defense against this hatchery, especially as True morphs in a whole bunch of Banes of his own. There's a couple of Lings looking to come up here. There's a few Lings going down. We're going to try and surround on that Spinecrawler going to get rid of that. A couple of Banes come down, and once again, True trying to fight this, but can't actually get rid of the Spine because there's Banelings in his way. You're going to see one Baneling left over there. Certainly going to try and target it down, however, protected by the Queen. A few drones go down. Now we'll keep True in this, but Silky feeling very confident right now, is just continuing to drone. And True doesn't look as though he's done enough damage here to continually, to keep on breaking through, basically. So True, going to be deflected, and Sulky holds on with a 7-worker lead. At this point, True is just going to keep on trying to attack, and he might eventually just realize that it's not going to happen, but he's got to at least try, you know, and we see him running for a couple of links, trying to force, get a couple of Banelings to trade in effectively. And they've been, they've been okay connections right now. I mean, not the best still from Sulky. On my last Baneling, there's True coming with his own Banes as well. Sulky is looking to connect on those. Gets rid of them very effectively, and again, True's just not getting anything done at all. This aggressive play from him has not worked out, and Sulky just has a little bit too much at this point. He's already in the worker lead, and every now and then he's just adding on one extra drone here, one extra drone there, just continuing to build up his advantage. You're going to see Sulky chopping these lings in now. Natural hatchery getting very low, and going off on not too much, and well, losing a couple of drones as well. Shouldn't lose this hatchery though at all, and should be able to clean out down a couple of Zerglings as well. So they all go down, and at this point, True, there's no real option. I mean, he can try and drone up himself, but whatever he does, he's going to be behind, and he has to make some kind of... I mean, he doesn't even have a hatchery still, right? And, I mean, Sulky sees this, so he knows he's in a completely okay position. His Queen's still trading very well here. That Zergling is not going to get the Baneling either, so... I mean, Sulky just continues to take small advantages here, as he's already held. And we're going to see a couple more Lings, a couple more Banes from True. We're going to be setting up, ready to go. Get ready to come towards the frontier once again. And a few Banelings starting to move in, these Lings. Thinking about maybe attacking the front, a couple of Banes behind these Queens. As we see True, I mean, again, True, I mean, he's starting up an Evo chamber. He's going to maybe try to drop a few kind of units past the Queen defense, but I mean, what's he really going to achieve? I mean, look, he's got to kill 12 workers to even up the game. He's also got to kill this hatchery on the natural. And even then, he's probably still not in that great, that good a position, because Sulky's just been mining so much more throughout. I mean, it's just going to be very, very difficult for True to realistically do what he needs to get done. As you can see, these couple of Banes moving around from True, looking to see what he can connect on. Actually going to get 1-2 Banelings for 2 Banelings, but that's not enough. I mean, he needs to trade more efficiently than his opponent right now, not just even trades. And so I guess True, I mean, he has got this Overlord moving in, which is a little bit hidden, and that's his kind of one way into this. Maybe drop a few Banes into the high ground and connect heavily on this main base mineral line. I mean, if he can get a good, like, 12, 14 worker kills, well, then he'd be even in this game in terms of economy, which is something, but it's still not brilliant as actually, I mean, actually, True's just been found out, yeah. Sulky knows about this, one Baneling for not even a kill, and, I mean, True just isn't going to make this happen. Again, it's one of these games which is, we see it so, and True's going to try everything. I mean, maybe, one time, very rarely, we're going to see the situation where Sulky really somehow messed up his micro, but even that I just don't think it's going to happen. I mean, even that I think is very unlikely to happen. GG from True, he knows this is over as well now. He's trying, at least both players starting up a drone to begin with, so no 12 pool. That's the bottom left, it's a Blue Zerg player from Sidestorm Gaming. Let's see it, guys, if you're cheering on True. And to the upper right, we're going to be seeing the Red Zerg player from TCM. It is Sulky. Never player going to go for 14-14 or 13-12 or anything like that. We'll see where they take the hatcheries as well, whether they take them on the normal natural on the back of the base or if they take it on the front. Potential here to even see a free hatch before pool from one of these players. So, I mean, a lot of potential of different things here on Dusk Towers in the ZVZ. There's the hatchery going to come down. So both players just hatch first on the low ground as well. So just going to be taking the hatches down here. Now this is oftentimes done to deny the opponent, vision of your third base timing and things like that. So we'll see what comes of it. This is of course a bigger map, and so something like Mutalisk playstyles can definitely be used as well. Whether you go straight into Mutas or you go into Mutas after playing kind of Roaches or something, like a Muta switch. Lots of potential for Mutas here on Dusk Towers. I mean, this map sort of, in a way, it doesn't lend itself to True's playstyle. True loves this kind of Ling-heavy kind of, implying this kind of Ling, he loves that kind of Ling-heavy, kind of counter-attacking playstyle. So that's kind of nice to this map because there's lots of different bases that'll be taken and lots of, once he gets through the map, he's got lots of attack pathways, but early on, he's only got this one pathway to move through, he still has to move through this one pathway in the middle, so it's actually very easily spotted by Sulky, and so that is kind of in a way, a little bit of a hard counter to how True likes to play, so it's a bit of a weird one. And as we see, Sulky just sort of setting up, ready to go. I mean, again, neither player doing anything too crazy just yet. Zergling's speed is on the way for both.
Game paused.
That's True. Gonna pause once again. Second pause of the day for him. Well, we've been casting, so maybe something just distracting. Just waiting to see what exactly might be happening next. See a Baneless coming down from Sulky already. True is a little bit slow on his extra gas. I'm probably going to put Baneless down shortly if he just wants to play kind of standalone Bane, which is, well, what he wanted to do on Invader at least. So, see if that's going to be the case. And probably again, third hatcheries. It's getting towards that time where third hatcheries are going to be able to come down also here in the ZVZ. And then probably not drones to actually saturate the thirds, but just Zerglings to protect it. And stuff like that while we head in towards the mid game. And we'll have a look to see what builds we'll see into the mid game, whether it's going to be some sort of lair based play or roach based play, spire based play, lots of different possibilities.
Game resumed.
As we get set up and ready to go. So, we see right now, actually, just talking about them third hatcheries, that they are going to go down from both players. So, this third hatchery's down and we'll enter the Ling Bane phase of this game. As we see if anyone can take an advantage coming out of the Ling Bane phase. If not, we'll just sort of see how players set up to continue. These Lings from True just going to try and catch a couple of Zerglings for Sulky. Sulky, of course, here in here and just getting a good amount of scouting and sees that third hatch coming down, which is probably the most important thing for him to see. True, on the other hand, hasn't seen anything towards the top right, so he's really kind of completely visionless, has no idea what Sulky's up to. Sulky could be doing absolutely anything right now, and there's just no real answer for True at all. But that's about to finish for True, and we see a few more Lings on the way out for him. He's already on a little bit of a worker lead, so it's just a little bit here, a little bit there. Both players just sort of heading in towards their own kind of ways of kind of doing this early on. And just setting up and getting ready to go in towards the mid-game ZVZ play. True just going to have a few Baners continue to morph in. Sort of setting a couple of them at the front here and just looking to see if there's anything to connect on. A couple of Lings moving forwards. True has got Queens on the ramp though, so he's going to block the information from coming down. Sulky already dropping the Roach Run. True dropping a Spinecrawler and protecting his main base. I mean, he's not started a lair yet, but I imagine, again, I feel there's probably going to be a lair from him and probably into a Spire and into some Mutalisks very soon. And these Lings coming across, obviously True trying to get some damage done. He's going to jump onto those couple of Banes morphing in. And this is very risky because they are about to finish. Ho ho ho, True. Playing as risky as he gets, but cancels a lot of them Banes that were on the way up, which of course helps him out heavily as we're going to see him coming in with his own Bane lanes. And well, all the connections like he gets a lot of those Banes low, drones low. The idea being that the Zerglings can target down low health drones very quickly, very easily. And that's what he does at the end of this here. Just to maximize his damage, and wow, all of a sudden True comes out of this, 12 workers killed, and Sulky has taken a lot, as we're going to see Banelings getting connected on by that one Bane, so they also get quite low now, and again just makes it easier for True to pick them off one at a time with his Zerglings or so. Rotron is on the way up for True, as we see 20 more Zerglings on the way out, so True is going to go Roaches for himself. There's a little bit of a Ling Bane timing, kind of catching Sulky a little bit off guard just before the Roaches come out and stuff like that. As we do just see Zami just sitting on the third base. We're going to see a few Zerglings coming in towards the natural expansion. So, a few things coming in towards this as the Queen. Going to help to push these away, push them back. And I mean, Silky already has a few roaches up, and he's actually still making a few more as well, just to stay safe. But True's still 5-6 workers ahead. He's got his own roach run now, so he can go into his own roach production. And True looking pretty good here in our third game. We see from neither of them just yet a lair. We see neither of them dropping down an evolution chamber. So both just sitting on kind of pure roach laying. Neither of them tacking up at all just yet. Ling's just moving in over to the right hand side. We're going to see this oval again pushed away from True as roaches. Starting attack from Sulky. The thing is though, True is sort of just saying, it's almost as though True has the same idea as Sulky in a lot of ways, which is like, hey, I don't really want to go into further. I don't really want to go into kind of upgrades. I just want to go for a big attack and kill you. And Sulky's doing the same thing, only he's attacking into True, so True's going to have defender's advantage as these Lings from True are going to be able to run by, and again, run by from True. Been very effective so far in this series and in just in the tournament in general today. And he is going to be deflected this time around though. Sulky seen that early enough as we see True is holding his high gun. I don't really know how Sulky pushes into this. I guess with the help of Ravagers. I mean, there's a lot of roaches under here for True. Let's have a look at the roach count. 32 to 15. Of course, there's about 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, like 6 plus 3. So there's about 9 Ravagers here. But just not really enough in comparison to True. Obviously, neither player has roach speed either because of the fact that there's no lair still, and Sulky, when he sees that attack, being, deflected, he immediately starts up a lair and starts more drones. And True does the exact same thing, immediately starts drones, no lair just yet, no Evo chamber as Sulky goes into as well. There's the Evo chamber, and again, I imagine the lair very soon. True is still kind of down on Ravagers though. He's on 41 roaches against 13 roaches and 9 Ravagers. He just doesn't have the gas for Ravagers because he spent on so many more roaches. As we see, the Ravagers picking off an Overlord 2 out on the map, and so True, it's a little bit of a supply block. He's going to start moving out with these roaches. He knows these Zerglings are over here somewhere. He's trying to hunt them down right now. He's trying to stop them from ever coming in towards his own natural base. As he's got so many roaches starting to move across the map. He starts his +1. His lair starts down as well. But he's going to be so long without roach speed. It's a very interesting scenario right here for True. Who's just going to sit defensively as his 4th base starts to come on up over here as well. So 4th base on the way up. As we're going to see these roaches just splitting up a little bit. We're going to see a few Lings here for Sulky just thinking about what they want to get up to. Looking to see if they can run in here or something. Fire Image Beastie Cutie for the 106 viewer host. Appreciate it. Hope you had a good stream, dude. And hello everyone. Joining us from Beastie Cutie stream. You're currently watching the Home Story Cup Korean qualifier. Here, as we are in the loser bracket final between Sulky and True. The winner of this plays against Keen for a spot at Home Story Cup 13. So welcome, and thanks for joining us. And we've seen these few Lings continue to move around up here for Sulky. As we see, again, I mean, True just has so many roaches up, and splitting these up a little bit too. More roaches on the way. He's going to drop down a Spire, so going for a Mutalisk switch here. Eventually, I mean, he doesn't have much gas saved up just yet, but I guess he can start saving right now. Sulky, though, going into a Hydra Den, is already sort of preparing himself for a potential Mutalisk switch, is True. Going to be maxing out here in a couple of moments, but, I mean, without roach speed, he can't really attack at all, so he just sort of has to sit back and wait. I guess he'll look to trade at some point in the future, and as he trades, he'll then remax on the Mutalisks. And it has to more or less be his plan. The most interesting thing for me is that True didn't build a single Ravager yet, and even 4 Ravagers. Imagine how much damage you could do with 4 Ravagers. Pick off a couple of these Overseers, these Overlords that will spread around the map. So much potential. That being said, he doesn't have roach speed, so I guess he's not super confident moving on the map to be able to kill off Overlords, so it makes sense saving the gas instead for the Mutalisks. But definitely could have maybe done it. I mean, definitely could have maybe. I mean, it's one of them things which is, it's normal to, but True just decided not to. +1 finishing for both players now. And as +1 finishes for both players, we'll actually see True catching the Zerglings. True, obviously, going for the meter switch, is not looking for his own +2 upgrade. He's actually just looking to go into meters. He has to lose a few units for this to happen, though, as he's going to block these Zerglings over to the side. Kills off quite a few of them, only a very small number making it through there as True. We'll just be looking to trade a little bit and then probably disengage from this fight in the next couple of moments. As he moves up this, he got again, well, like 15 meters about to be coming out. And his gas continuing to rise. These few seconds over here do run by, and they hit a Spine Crawler. I'm going to be able to make our way through this as True begins to fight. True Corrosive Battle's coming down. True has a very good concave to begin with, starting to move forwards. He's got a lot of roaches, but then Ravagers just do that little bit of extra DPS, and the Corrosive Battles will help out too. As there's Mutas on the way up in the production tab. That Remax starting to come in. True is actually just doing so much here anyways. I mean, look at this. He's just pushing on through this Roach army. With pure Roaches, he's just fighting this Roach Ravager and Sulky. Obviously was waiting for a few Lurkers to come into play. True backs away from those. 21 Mutalisks. There is not enough Hydras on the map. I mean, we're looking at this. There is nothing. Sulky has a few Ravagers, which Corrosive Battle shouldn't really ever hit Mutalisks if True micros correctly. The Lurkers aren't going to help Sulky either. And, I mean, a few Hydras on the way up in production, well, they're not going to be enough to realistically contest this number of Mutalisks. Now, this is going to be spotted here from Sulky, so now Sulky knows what's going on. But is there enough on the map for him? Can he get enough Hydras up? I don't know if he can, realistically. I'm going to see Grimriska Ultimates does begin. As here we go with their Mutas. They're going to fly straight over the Lurkers right now. Good thing Lurkers can't shoot up, of course. They're going to actually unburrow now, and they're going to try and reposition. Mutas do find them. And he's also going to find these Roaches heading to the right-hand side. So he's going to get on top of this army, and immediately, this army, I mean, 20 meters takes down Roaches pretty quickly, and so this army from Sulky is going to start going down very, very swiftly as True comes in overhead. These Roaches and Ravagers starting to take a lot of damage. We're going to see Lurkers burrowing once again. The Roaches are going to try and buy himself some time too to help work away with these Mutalisks. As them Ravagers all going down. Sulky taking some heavy losses right now. He's trying to remax on Hydras, but I mean, True probably just has enough to realistically come across the map and just straight up fight that Hydra force. Okay, there's actually quite a lot of Hydras there. So maybe not just straight up fight, but he can harass around. His fourth base is, well, dead. I mean, nothing really to say about that. It's just going to go down. As we're going to see the Hydras coming in once again. These Roaches moving forwards. We're just going to see the Hydras going to be under some heavy fire. I was going to see GG Cold. Just way too much for True. Nice mirror switch. Very well played.